Hey guys, it's Autumn here, and this is part 3 of my series for Crohn's for this week, and I just wanted to touch on foods. We've kind of talked about medication, the initial symptoms, and things to watch for Crohn's, so today I wanted to talk about food. And one of the things with food is it is so different for everybody. So the things that I can have or not have may not affect anybody else the same way. So it is a lot of trial and error and struggles and frustration until you actually get to figure out what foods work for you and what foods don't work for you. One thing that I have noticed for me is sugars are really hard on me, especially if I have the stuff that has a lot of sugar in it, like any type of cookies or snacks, bars, that kind of thing. I'm gonna notice that for actually a couple days. In my hands, a lot of times it'll be like arthritis would feel in your fingers. In my feet or in my toes is kind of the same thing. So I know that if I have sugar, that's going to affect me negatively. Also, I've noticed that a high protein diet actually helps me a lot and makes me feel good, except I get really super crabby because I feel like I'm probably missing some other nutrients that I need. But protein diets do seem to work really good for me. So I do have a lot of eggs, and I'm sorry for my vegan friends, but I do have a lot of chicken and just kind of try to stay towards the lean meats. And the strange thing though is that I can also have vegetables. So I do have a lot of vegetables. I have lettuce doesn't affect me. A lot of times I'll eat like black beans, those don't affect me. So there's a lot of things that maybe I can eat that other people can't, because a lot of times they say that vegetables are really hard on your stomach. And I think for a lot of people with Crohn's, that is true. For whatever reason, I can have those and feel okay. Some of the things that I try to stay away from other than sugars are just things that are like fatty foods. I don't go to fast food restaurants. I don't even remember the last time that I've been there. Not that I don't like that food, but I know that it's going to actually affect me for a couple days. I'm going to feel probably terrible the next morning and feel nauseous and just know that I ate something that I shouldn't have, and that stays with me for a few days. And so I try to eat those things and eat clean is the terminology. And just try to eat the foods that I know, one, that are good. It's good for everybody. It's good for me. It's good for everybody that's able to have those. I try to eat fruits that I can. When I have a Crohn's flare, there's certain fruits that I stay away from more so. Even if I don't have a flare, I do stay away from like strawberries. Raspberries are limited, but anything with the seeds on the outside seem to bother me. So those are the types of foods that I try to stay away from too. So like strawberries definitely is something that I don't have very often. Fruits that I do have all the time are like blueberries. Blueberries are really good for you. There's no seeds on them, so I put those in a lot of things because they are good for you, and it's something that I can have without getting sick. So it does cause a lot of frustration, a lot of probably anger. There's times that I've eaten food and I know it's going to affect me, but I want it and it's just in my mind. So I've kind of gotten to the point of I don't want to feel like that. I want to be able to do things and feel good. And so those are the foods that I try to eat. But there are times that I do eat foods that I know are going to affect me, and that's just the way it is. I suppose that's why we all know there's foods that aren't good for us that we all eat. So it's an individual journey for everybody. And I do suggest having a food journal. I did use one from it was an online app, and those are just super easy. Every time I would eat something, I would just plug it in and see how I feel. And I don't do that anymore because I know a lot of the foods. I'm not a big try something new, you might like it, because I know how foods are going to affect me. So there's just certain things that I stay away from, and I'm like, not even gonna try it. But that did really help me a lot to figure out what foods were doing what and how I felt based on what I was eating. Because there'd be some mornings I wake up and go, I feel great today. I have all this energy. I am ready to go. And then there are days that I would wake up and be like, oh, what did I eat? So it is an individual thing for everyone, and I hope that this helps. And if you have any questions, just get in contact with me and I will help you as much as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.